Over the summer months here in Ibiza, every night in every club is packed to the rafters with people dancing, drinking, exploring, dancing, and a little bit more dancing until the wee hours of the morning. During the day, the club is cleaned, restocked, only to swing the doors open and start it all over again. But it's during those daytime hours that the club staff and the party promoters come in and turn the space into an entirely new experience each and every day. Laidback Luke is going to take us on a walk around his terrace, showing how he and his uber hardworking production team prepare for their setup for Super You and Me, their residency nights here for Cream at Amnesia. Well, Luke, I have to say I do love being inside a club when it's air conditioned, because it's mighty hot outside, and I don't know, it's like the calm before the storm.
Absolutely, it's always very cool and exciting to catch the vibe of an empty club before the night.
There's such a production that's behind a night such as Super You and Me. How does all this happen? Who is your team?
Yeah, so I want to introduce a main person in the Super You and Me thing that's working for me and for us and my team, and which is Anne. Whenever we have a party around the world, she gets there. You know, she orders the guys around to hang up the stuff with the cranes, and so yeah, I'd like you to introduce Anne from Super You and Me.
Super You and Me, it's Super You and Me and Anne.
Hi.
How are you? You good?
Yeah, I'm very good. Very excited about tonight.
Another Thursday night here at Amnesia for Cream. I mean, what you guys do here is really quite spectacular. I mean, maybe you could talk us and our viewers through the whole production process.
Yeah, of course. Well, it all started in April, actually, when we knew the show were coming. And I stepped in here into the club when it was completely empty, and I was really looking at it like, okay, how can we turn this place into a superhero paradise? And you know, you have the ceiling here, and it's really high. It's so beautiful to work with. So then we developed our two superhero main characters. The thing is, we want to take the decorations to every venue. Sometimes we have festivals, sometimes we're in clubs, sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller. So we needed something portable. We needed something that would fit anywhere. We really have some very nice visuals this year, very comic book style. The most important thing for me is that the inflatables are visible. As you can see now, as it's getting darker, they fade away as big as they are. So I'm a lot in contact with Gonzalo, which is the main lighting guy here, and he sits all the way in the back in the lighting booth. And I walk up and down all the time saying, hey, I need a little bit more light here or a little bit more light there. I want a little spot on the DJ.
Okay, we've made it to the stage. Gillie and Luke have been hatching plans for quite some time to make sure that all of this works and that everybody down there is dancing, but there's so much to it. So I'm going to hand it over to the boys to talk it out and to show everybody what it is that you guys do to make the magic happen later. Luke,
thank you. So I want to introduce to you my tour manager, Gillie, and he's in charge of the sound check and making sure my equipment is right so I can do my job well. And we're gonna get a little bit in deep, we're gonna get a bit technical, because there's a lot of like pioneer essentials and DJ essentials I wanna touch base on with the sound check. So Gillie, hello.
Hello there. Yeah, so basically when we arrive in the booth, we try and get here obviously before the venue's open, and we're gonna make sure that all the settings, all the players are linked correctly. And there's a lot of different individual things that Luke needs to make his set work the way he plays. We have a rider which we send through to the venues, which is designed specifically so that when we arrive, it should be correct. It's actually, nowadays, it's actually pictures with cables on it. It's an actual virtual technical setup that the club shouldn't be able to get wrong.
So in the rider, there's 4 CDJs, 4 CDJ 2000s, and 1 DJM 900 mixer. And basically, Gillie checks on the connections. And so will you just run us through on how you do when you arrive here and go into the sound check?
Okay, so the first thing I always do when we arrive is just check every player is updated with the latest update.
So why are you always so picky on the updates? Like, you know, because this player can be updated, but why does that one need to be updated as well?
Because the updates have new features, and any bugs that they had have been ironed out, so that if you have them all on the same one, they all work the same. I've arrived at clubs in the last 2 weeks when they've had the original, as they left the factory, firmware on, and so they didn't do half the things that they can do now, because Pioneer are constantly upgrading it as we go along. And of course, we're in Amnesia. James has done everything for us. We got the 4.11, it's the latest update, and then we're going to go straight through there and check that all these are wired in. Luke always has his system wired digitally for the best sound quality, and then through the data hub, which is all networked. Every player's connected through the data hub. And
so hang on, why is every player in the data hub?
Well, because Luke likes to work from one SD from player 3, and then the information from this player goes to everyone, and that allows him to just work off one card, and all the data's on one network.
Well, now it's my turn to have 5 minutes of fame up here on the stage. It makes me want to be a DJ.
Oh yeah, no, it's very nice up here on stage. I always enjoy it.
Well, you certainly always look like you're enjoying it. Well, so that now completes our club walk around, our Super You and Me production video. You know, it's so amazing for people to see how it actually all comes together from the ground up.
Well, I did want to add, obviously I went through like playing smaller clubs, working with no people, coming to like crappy setups, and over the years this developed into like what I have now, and I'm just very lucky now to have these people around me that create this wonderful environment to work in, and yeah, I'm very much excited for tonight, so let's go.